What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So, unfortunately, WWE is doing their yearly rounds of releasing talent, and more talent have been released today. It's been all over social media. I think it started or it began right before SmackDown was about to air, and then they just started going down the list. You started seeing more names pop up, so we're gonna go through the list. I know some people are in a uproar about this, but they literally do this, like once a year, sometimes a little bit more. They may release a multitude of people here and there in different parts of the year, but I believe I've seen a report saying, well, they were doing more than just releasing talent. They were also releasing other people in other departments in WWE as well. So it's not just them. It's really unfortunate. You hate to see people losing their job, but this is what WWE has done for the past few years, and it's been a thing in the business for quite some time. So we're going to check out some of these names on here. Let me make myself smaller. WWE releases Braun, Stroman, Dakota, Kai, and more. WWE cuts have been underway, and now they've reached the talent side. We found out just the other day that WWE cuts were underway on the corporate side and then bleeding over into the broadcast side. Now word is getting out that those cuts have reached talent as well. According to Fightful Select, internal memos have gone out indicating a number of wrestlers have been released by the company. Those wrestlers, as of writing, are Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Kayden Carter, Katana Chance. Another name who wasn't put in the initial report but is posting as though she has been released is NXT star Cora Jade, which I did see this tweet. Thankful for all the childhood dreams I got to live out. I have a lot to say in due time. Stay tuned. XOXO. This after posting a tweet saying just got a lot of free time on our hands. PW Insider confirming Jade has been released and more from NXT are expected. There was some word that releases could be happening today and would appear entirely possible that, and maybe even more likely, names will be coming out as the night goes along. We'll keep you as updated as news breaks. Then there was an update as indicated. NXT release news is also coming in addition to aforementioned Jade. Other names who appear to be gone include Gigi Dolan, Riley Osborne, Eddie Thorpe, Jakara Jackson, Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, Oro Mensah, Javier Bernal. What's more, Fightful notes, we may learn some of the wrestlers leaving won't be outright releases, but instead WWE's opting to not renew contracts. Yeah, man, this was actually kind of unfortunate seeing this. Braun Strowman was literally in a program with Jacob Fatu right before WrestleMania. Dakota Kai was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship not too long ago. Shayna Baszler was just in that tag team gauntlet match right before WrestleMania. Kayden Carter and Katana Chance were also in that tag team gauntlet match to see who was going to be the number one contender for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. It just really sucks. It does. It's actually kind of unfortunate to hear that, but this is the side of the business that some people may not understand or may not realize. This has been going on for a very long time. I know some people are outraged and upset. Some people are blaming Triple H. Triple H didn't do enough and all this other stuff. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know how much pull Triple H has, but if they were already doing cuts on the business side, the administration side, which they announced or they were talking about, they already had in their idea who they were going to cut. They did. And the crazy thing is, it's not even people that haven't been used. Those are people that have been used. They just wasn't really used as much in these recent past weeks. But these are people that have been seen. But they decided to cut them. And that's what the business is, especially with TKO being at the helm of a lot of the control. This ain't nothing new. Vince was doing this before. It actually happens like this all the time in wrestling. If you want to take it even further, it happens like this just on the day-to-day workforce. People get released all the time. Is it fair? No. Is it right? No. But the one thing I can say is you got to be able to build your brand even outside of WWE. And I do like the fact that now WWE is not as strict when it comes to wrestlers actually doing like content outside of WWE. And I'm not talking about like OnlyFans and stuff like that. They're not really, okay with people doing that. But on the lines of maybe having their own YouTube channel, making money from there, streaming now. Because before, Vince didn't like that because he didn't really understand it. So he wasn't really cool with his wrestlers doing that type of stuff. But now wrestlers have that opportunity to make money on the side, on Twitch, on YouTube, streaming, vlogging, whatever the case may be, still building up your brand and building up your name where people will still want to see you do some things outside of WWE if you ever get released. So I do think a lot of these individuals will be able to find them some type of job, in the independent scene, or maybe even some of them go to AEW. I can see a few people going to AEW. The question is, will things work out for them better over there? Possibly. This is why it is good to not only just have one company. Some people can go to TNA if they want to. So that's why it's good to have these different places, because they get to still do what they love, which is professional wrestling. And that's why these places need to exist. It doesn't need to be a monopoly for situations like this. Because let's be honest, not everybody is going to be able to stay. It happens. Some of our favorites or some of the people had to leave, get released by WWE, make a bigger name for themselves, and then come back at a later time. That could possibly happen. But not everybody can stay, nor are they going to keep everybody to stay, even if they're not doing anything. And I've seen people say, well, this person ain't doing nothing. How does Tozawa still have a job? How does Apollo Crews have a job, even though I think he's rehabbing an injury right now. So I think he's trying to heal back up. Some of these other people that are not really considered anything worse than more than just a jobber on television. How are they still have a job? Well, there may be a reason why. We don't know. It's not our job to know why. All we know is some other individuals, they ended up getting the axe. And it's unfortunate, but that's why I say, a lot of these guys and girls, their name holds weight and their name holds value. And I think, they will be fine without WWE and be able to flourish and thrive outside of, WWE as a whole. So I'm wishing everybody nothing but success in whatever they do in the future. And, I want people to not get so up in the arms like, oh, this is a travesty. Yes, it sucks, but this is business. And this is how it is in the real world. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. Hell, I've been let go before. No rhyme or reason. Was doing my part, always on time, good at my job, but they didn't have enough money for it. Or they say their contract ended up. The situation contract ended up, or I was on, like a part-time thing. They didn't want me to go full-time to save them some money. They let me go. It happens. It does. I've been in that situation before. It sucks, but all you can do is bounce back and go from there, man. So, but hey, comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole situation. And where would you like to see some of these wrestlers end up in? Would you like to see some of them in AEW? Who would you like to see in AEW or potentially TNA? Let me know down below, bro. I appreciate all love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all keeping on me. See y'all next one. Peace.